Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Larry. If you're new here, welcome. Glad to have you. Can retirees thrive on a small budget? I'm not sure if we can or not, but we can survive the best way we can. Thrive might be too strong a word, hence the name of my channel. When I started this channel, I wanted to make it for people like me who is struggling, at least to some degree, maybe different degrees than others, but definitely struggling. First thing you got to do is create a budget. Now, as a self-employed contractor for 35 years, we really never had a budget because I didn't know what my income was going to be. I mean, there were some months I'd make $500, and there were other months where I literally made $5,000. So as far as month-to-month budget, but we came up with our own. In retirement, it's a little different. I know the income is pretty well fixed. I know exactly what I'm going to be bringing in, and I know in general what's going to be going out. And that's some of the things we're going to be talking about today. One of the first things we did, though, was we downsized in place. We didn't downsize in homes. We started to right before the pandemic, but we decided we were going to stay where we were, and it's worked out really well. But I made a video about downsizing in place. We just got rid of stuff. I mean, we were older, and we knew that we decided that we were going to stay in that house until they dragged us out of there. So we downsized in place, and in order to we wanted to rehab the house, so in case something happened to me, my wife would have an easy time selling it, and because we'd literally done nothing for about 30 years other than the bare necessities as far as upgrades. So we did. We downsized in place. So liberating. We got rid of stuff. I mean, they knew me on a first name basis at Goodwill. It was great. And then when it came time to do the actual rehab work, which I was able to do most of it myself, uh, it made it very, very simple, very easy in a lot of ways. Another thing we can do is reduce our healthcare cost. One thing we did, my wife's she's 72, is on zero medications, which is extremely rare. But one thing I did was I went to a couple of generic drugs. I take three medications, went to generic medications whenever possible. And that saved a lot of money rather than name brand stuff. Also, shop your Medicare plans, shop your Medicare Advantage plans. I know when we first got on Medicare, we went to a seminar at the local large library, and this guy told us all about because I knew nothing. I knew nothing about Medicare and what it covered, what it didn't, what the different plans were. Of course, now this time of year, we're getting bombarded on TV and radio and everywhere else about changing plans. So we went a year with one plan, and then second time around, second year rolled around, we switched over to a Medicare Advantage plan, and it has literally saved us hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Now, rarely, I rarely pitch another uh, YouTube channel on my channel, but this one, if you're interested in Medicare and Social Security, this lady is a beast. She knows all about it. It's called the Medicare Family. One word, the Medicare Family. She's kind of a goofy gal. She wears all these funky hats, but very knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. Lots of questions, mostly shorts, but she has some longer videos. So you can check those out if you're thinking about switching. Check those out because she knows all about it. We've also, in order to survive and sometimes thrive, we've reduced our food costs. Naturally, as we get older, we just don't eat as much, and that's okay. Um, I find it rather ironic that food and energy are not counted in the cost of living indexes that we get raises on every year as far as Social Security. Food and energy, two highest things that we pay that we pay on, they're not included in the cost of living, so we don't get the benefit of that. But there are ways to reduce it. We buy everything in bulk as far as non-perishables. We buy a lot of meats and stuff at Costco. Costco, I really didn't want to join it, but it worked out great. It's worked out great. We bought a battery, saved us the cost of membership. I recently got tires and some new glasses at Costco. Let's say between the two of them, saved me about $400 to $500. I'm figuring, so it is worth it. It is worth it. But we buy all our non-perishables in bulk. toilet paper, paper towels. We don't use very many paper towels. Napkins, usually use cloth napkins. But the other thing you can do to thrive, and I see a lot of people doing this, and that's get a part-time job. Get a part-time job. I'm not quite there yet, but I see a lot of older people in Kroger and Walmart and uh, Home Depot and Lowe's. I see a lot of older people there, and that's great. It gives you something to do, make a few bucks. I'm not quite there yet, but I did get. I was in there the other day, saw one of those. I have a Home Depot about a mile from my house, and that's where I got all my paint over the years, and it worked out well. But I saw one of my old peeps in there, and she tried to recruit me to come to work for them. I said, "Nope, I think I've lugged all the 5-gallon buckets of paint in my life. I'm going to." But it is an option for me, and it's an option for you to get some part-time work. One thing we can do to help thrive is minimize taxes. Now, I haven't worried about taxes for the last 5 or 6 years because I had no income, basically. And what income I did have was very minimal. But there's lots of legal ways to minimize your taxes. Legal ways. I did it for years. When I had my rental property, uh, great tax deductions, great tax deductions. And I took advantage of everything legal and above board that I could. And there's ways to do it. Now that I've got this extra income, which is minimal at this point from my YouTube channel, everything I do is a write-off. Any equipment I buy, which is minimal. I drove over here to the river. It's about 3 miles from my house, so it's a 6-mile round trip. I get to write that mileage off, so it all adds up. But you need to figure out ways to minimize your taxes because everybody's situation is different. Now, as far as entertainment, we have all these streaming services and cable, and we just have YouTube. We have a multitude of different things that we can apply to and be entertained with, and just do what works best for you. We just downside. We have cable. We still have cable. We're a little old school, but we downgraded to a thing that to a platform that probably saved us. I figured about $80 a month. I'll take $80 a month extra. Helps us get by a little bit. Helps ease the pain a little bit. And we found out that in some ways we actually like it better than the more expensive services. Also, in retirement, we can travel smarter. You don't have to go during the peak season when everybody else is there. You got senior discounts. You've got short notice things you can do. So if you're a traveler, I personally don't like to travel that much. But if you're a traveler, you can save a lot of money there. And one thing we often forget about is our insurance needs. Sometimes our needs change. Car insurance. Maybe you don't need that. Maybe you only can get by. Maybe you can get by with only liability. Maybe you can get by with just having one vehicle. We're not quite there yet. We may be someday, but we're not quite there yet. And a big thing we can control in order to help us live well in a on a fixed income is to reduce our utility costs. Man, today it's a little chilly here in southwestern Ohio, but our furnace it's running, but it's minimal. It's cool in our house, so we just throw on an extra sweater. It's not a big deal, and it's just not a big deal. It doesn't. We do what we have to do. I made a video. You might want to check out a video I made a while back, a couple months ago, on the title of it's "Retired and Broke." I'm going to tell you how we did it. So that's about all I've got for now. If you got anything out of this, like, share, subscribe, and until we meet again, I'm going to continue to press on towards that goal.